have a cell phone, would you please turn it to the off position for the
yes.
Thank you. Again, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Comedy Tonight. My name is Joan, and I've been working with our director, Henri, for the last 3 seasons. Tonight's production is called The Odd Couple, the female version, written by the prolific Neil Simon. Neil Simon is the greatest comedy writer of the last 3 decades. I would like to extend special thanks to Gary for he raised his hand, for his tireless work with our cast. Gary has an instinctive flair for humor, as many of you may recall from last year. Also, Mike, who is providing our audio for tonight. Thank you, Mike. Henri will be opening tonight's production with a song, followed by the introduction of our cast. So, without further ado, welcome our director, Henri.
Thank you. Could I hear a little louder? You ever see Joan Rivers? You know her, the applause comes in, more. Do me a favor. If you can laugh, do it tonight. Can I hear a laughter? All right, good, because there's going to be about 25 minutes of that. The material is wonderful, as Neil Simon. And the ladies that we cast, well, you will recognize most of them, but you won't recognize who they really are in these parts. It's like a glove that fit. And without further ado, I'd like to say, another opening, another show in Philly, Boston, or Baltimore. A chance for stage folks to say hello. Another opening of another show that you hope it lasts. Will help your future, forget your past. It's curtain time and away we go. Another opening of another show. 4 weeks, that's for you. 4 weeks, you rehearse and rehearse. 3 weeks, could it ever be worse? 2 weeks, will it ever be right? Then out of the night, it's that big first night, the overture is about to start. You cross your fingers and hold your heart. It's curtain time, and away we go. Another opening, yes, another opening of another show. I guess I can't do another season because I've used up all 3 opening songs that I know of. And, yeah, that's true. Who would remember if I repeated it? There's a special sale in case you laugh your depends wet. Phyllis has bought an extra amount. CVS had a special. It's in the kitchen. And it's cheap, so don't worry about it. Really, the laughter in this is so key. And I'm not begging for your laughter. You will hear it from the lines. And sometimes laughter starts in the back like a wave and picks up and rolls forward. And sometimes it's just a huge burst. So whatever you do, please don't be afraid to laugh. And don't be afraid to be the only one who laughs. You know, each one of us will connect with something different. And I really thank you all for coming. These ladies have worked since the middle of December. And rehearsed and rehearsed and rehearsed. And its material is difficult. Simon, one-liner, one-liner, one-liner. So we've worked on what's going to happen with the laughter, and we ask you to work with us and just don't stop laughing. They know to shut up if you're laughing. So without further ado, my wonderful right hand and left hand, Joan Weisberg, who's been with us for 2 years. This is the 3rd. And I want to make sure that Gary Moran is thanked, and Judy and Mike. They participate in everything that happens here. And I just want to thank them publicly for everything they do. I'll float out to stage left, and Miss Weinberg will float in to stage right, or the middle, I'm not sure. Where would you like to be? Oh, I'll get out of the way. Thank you all very, very much. Enjoy. Enjoy.
Let's set the scene for tonight's performance. It's a hot summer's night in the apartment of Olive Madison, one of those 6-room affairs on Riverside Drive in New York in the 80s. The building is about 50 years old and still has vestiges of its once glorious past. High ceilings, walk-in closets, and thick walls. We are in the dining room that has a window with a broken air conditioner. A doorway leads to the kitchen. The apartment is quite unkept. Our cast for tonight: Olive Madison, played by Ruth Ann. Olive Madison is a 44-year-old native New Yorker. She is divorced from Phil. He is a compulsive gambler, and a losing one at that. Olive's heart has always remained with Phil. She works as a radio producer and is very much a sports enthusiast. She enjoys her weekly game of Trivial Pursuit with her gal pals, Mickey, Renee, Sylvie, and Vera. Some would say that Olive is a messy slob, but she thinks she's just carefree. This is her week to host the game, and she cannot be bothered with housework, as she thinks her friends will not notice the mess. Olive, are you preparing the snacks? Mickey Sullivan, played by Carol. Mickey Sullivan. A policewoman with the NYPD. She joined the force right after graduating from high school, much to the surprise of her chums, Vera, Sylvie, Olive, Renee, and Florence. Fortunately, the job suits her personality, and she likes wearing the uniform. Her obsession for law and order sometimes creates problems for her and her friends at their weekly Trivial Pursuit games. She's been married to Stanley for over 15 years with no children, which is just as well because Stanley is so needy. When she's not there, he can barely cope. Imagine boiling lamb chops. She is sure she told him to broil them. Renee Feldman, played by Marg. Renee grew up in Manhattan. Disgusting! And went to school with Mickey, Vera, Olive, and Sylvie. She was married for a short time and is now separated from her husband. She's a classy lady, and gossip is her forte. She always speaks her mind and lets you know how very opinionated she is. Renee is neat and tidy and a bit tailored, as she dresses fashionably all the time. While endearing all of her friends, she tolerates Olive due to their lifelong friendship. Her boasts of disgust regarding Olive's lifestyle are often heard. Along with her gossiping nature, she is the height of sarcasm. Sylvie Grotto, played by Gail. style, quick-witted divorcee who prides herself on being an independent woman of the 80s, although proud of her freedom. She still feels the rejection of her marriage a few years ago. Sylvie's sharp tongue is often used to keep her emotions distant from her friends, who she clearly cares about. Her sexual comments display her sexual repression, but she would never admit to that. A complicated personality, she rarely shows her true emotion, but when word comes of Florence's situation, Sylvie shows that she is a loyal friend who really wants to help. Her comments prove her idealistic and concerned nature. Just as she speaks bluntly, she understands best when she is spoken to the same way. Vera Matthews, played by Wanda. Vera Matthews is 42 years old and presently works at Macy's in the ladies' undergarments department as a sales representative. She grew up in Brooklyn, New York, as an only child of indulgent and overprotective parents. She married Henri, her childhood sweetheart, in 1975, and they have no children, as it takes all of her time and energy to look after Henri. Her favorite time of the week is Sunday morning, when she can get into her pink chenille bathrobe and fluffy pink rabbit slippers while reading the latest Cosmopolitan. Her biggest ambition is to be on The Price is Right show. Hug Bob Barker and win a pink convertible. Vera! Girls, where's Vera? Most of the time, she's not quite sure what's going on. And she has a difficult time following the girls' conversation. The one thing she is sure of is that her friends truly care about her, and in the end, isn't that what friendship's all about? So, ladies and gentlemen, The Odd Couple, the female version.
All right, let's get this game started. Okay. Come on, baby. We need a piece of the pie. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Science and nature.
Oh, you're really going to love this one. How many times a year does a penguin have sex?
Do you know any penguins intimately?
That shouldn't be science and nature. That should be gossip.
I'll say they do it 6 times.
Why only 6 times?
Did you ever see what they look like?
They live on icebergs. What else could they do all winter? I say 20 times. Wrong. They only do it once. Once? Jesus, I married a penguin. She's only acting. this? No, we only had 2 dates. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Christ. Sports!
Go the other way. We take science.
2 minutes to go and counting down.
Do you mind if she asks the question first? Go on, Vera.
What does C mean in Einstein's theory of relativity? E equals mc squared.
We'll try sports.
You can't change the question after you've heard. No, you can't change the answer after you heard the question.
She picked it up on my turn. I picked sports.
1 minute 30 and counting down.
Who pitched back-to-back no-hitters for the Cincinnati Reds in 1938?
You want to take a crack at MC squared?
Give us a hint.
What kind of a hint?
Well, is it baseball or football?
It's baseball. I'll give you another hint. He has a Dutch name.
Dutch Schultz.
Dutch Schultz was a gangster.
Joe Branch.
Is that your answer?
Peter Windmill.
Your answer?
60 seconds and counting down.
What is this? Left off at Cape Canaveral? Olive, we need your help.
You give up.
Not yet. Tony Tulips.
Give up. You'll never get it.
Bobby Amsterdam.
And I have to leave by 12.
Where the hell are you running?
I told you when I sat down here that I have to leave by 12. Mickey, didn't I say that when I sat down here? I have to leave by 12.
I'm really starting to worry about Florence. She's never been this late before.
I told Harry I'd be home by 1 the latest. We're making an 8 o'clock plane to Florida.
Who the hell goes to Florida in July?
It's off season, there are no crowds, and you get the best rooms for 1/10 the price.
Some vacation. 6 cheap people in an empty hotel.
Maybe Florence is sick. I'm really getting nervous.
You give up.
Mickey Dykes. Oh, I hate this game.
Did you know Florence once locked herself in the restroom at Bloomingdale's overnight? She wrote her entire will on half a roll of toilet paper. Time's almost up.
Olive, we're running out of time.
I forgot to fold the laundry. Yeah, plus a few other things. Florence. Is she late again?
Yeah, seems that way.
Second. All right, what's the question?
You only have 4 seconds.
Who pitched back-to-back?
Johnny Vandermeer on June 11th against the Boston Braves 3-0. on June 15th against the Brooklyn Dodgers 6-0. His overall record for the season was 15 wins, 10 losses. I have 1 second left to ask me another question.
She's incredible.
You know it.
You really love sports, don't you?
No, I love big men in tight pants. Who gets a NutraSweet, no caffeine, 1 calorie can of Pepsi?
I do.
1 can of chemicals coming up for Mickey the Cop.
It's warm.
Because her refrigerator's been broken for 2 weeks.
So it drips a little. Who wants food?
What have you got?
Well, I got brown sandwiches. And I got green sandwiches.
What's the green?
Well, it's either really new cheese or very old meat.
I'll take the brown.
You're going to eat food from that refrigerator? Oh, I saw milk standing in there that wasn't even in the bottle.
What are you, some kind of health nut? Eat, Mickey, eat.
We go again. Roll 'em.
I thought you had a new maid starting to work on Monday.
No, I didn't pass the interview.
A woman produces a primetime news show,
Yeah.
and she doesn't even have a maid. Oh, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Science and nature. Oh, this is good. This is good. What closes when a frog swallows?
His eyes! They closed their eyes!
That's right. How the hell did you know that?
I went out with a guy that
Your turn again. Roll 'em.
Hey, Olive. Can we make a deal? Every 6 months you get to buy fresh potato chips.
I do. Look, check this. Look at this. See? April, May, June, July, August. Eat these until September.
At least at Florence's house we get real food.
My food isn't decent.
It's not even food.
All right. I am through being the nice one. You owe me $6 a piece for the buffet.
buffet, hot diet colas, and 2 sandwiches left over from when you were in high school.
Always complaining.
1, 2, 3. Again, sports.
Okay. All right. What did Forrest Smithson carry in his hand for inspiration while running the hurdles at the 1908 Olympics?
Extra jockey shorts. Is that your answer?
Vera, if you say that one more time, I'm taking you hostage. I swear to God.
60 seconds and counting down.
He carried a Bible.
That's right. The woman's unbelievable.
How could you know about the 1908 Olympics?
Well, I wasn't there. But from Phil. You know, Phil knew more about sports than any man I ever knew. I've been on a diet. I think we would still be married today if only my horse could have won the Kentucky Derby.
Don't get that mournful look in your eyes again. The man lost your entire life savings at the track. Oh, God. 1, 2. Science and nature.
What's the strongest muscle in a man's body?
Or after!
You're not still sending Phil money, are you? Yes, she does.
A few $100, just until he gets his life straightened out.
He's been trying to get straightened out for 2 years. How bent was he?
I can't help it. Every time I hear his voice on the phone, I end up sending him a check. He's so good at it. He even puts a whimper in because he knows it gets to me.
Yeah. Well, I would never support an ex-husband. Not until women are getting equal pay with men.
Right.
Well, you have to look at it both ways. What's sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander.
You're going to be some big hit in Florida.
You give up on the strongest muscle.
The tongue. That's right. And don't you dare ask me how I know that. 3. 1, 2, 3. Sports and leisure.
What's the southern dish made of pig's small intestines called?
Airplane food!
Chitlins. Chitlins.
What the hell is that? It's game night. Oh, could be Florence, right. Hello? Oh my God, Phil! I was just talking about
Somebody hide her checkbook.
you. You sound good. How have you been? Tired? Oh, yeah, you sound like you have a little cold. Haven't been sleeping well lately? He's whimpering. This is going to cost me.
Don't give in. Remember the Alamo.
So, what have you been doing, Phil? Mostly thinking of me? Aw, that's sweet. We're talking 4 figures here.
Ka-ching, ka-ching.
I don't know what to tell him.
No.
I just don't know what. What? You're in a bind.
Do you want us to cut the wire?
What kind of bind? You owe 2 months' rent. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. How much does that come to?
$1,600,000.
I wish I could help, Phil. I really do, but I'm kind of broke myself. I just paid the last 2 years' taxes.
That's it. Hang in, girl. Win this one for the Kipper.
I know you hate to ask, Phil. And I hate to turn you down.
Hang up before his voice cracks.
What's wrong with your voice, Phil? Oh, gee, Phil, don't do that. Please don't. Phil! Listen, I'll send you $300. Is that all right?
Gloria Steinem hates you. Hang on.
What's wrong with your voice? He's croaky. I don't know what I'm going to do. I keep losing my blood. Thank you. No. Stop coughing, Phil. Sympathy is not going to work with me. I am sending you $500.
Girls, I believe it.
Even money says she goes to $650.
Ching.
Ka-ching, ka-ching.
Phil, I've got to go. The girls are drinking without me.
That's right.
Yes, it was nice speaking to you, too. It's what? Our anniversary.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Next week, my God, you're right. Oh, well, the same to you, Phil. Oh. Sure, $650 is fine. Goodbye, Phil. I don't know what I'm going to do. I can't fix the air conditioner. I'm broke. Yeah. This is ridiculous. I can't help myself. I have a fatal flaw in my character. Him. What do you want from me?
You know, I don't understand you. You give your ex-husband $650, and your best friends, they get to eat the Dead Sea Scrolls. I'm not.
Oh my God. Well, there's other men around, you know.
Yeah?
There's 2 Spanish brothers in this building who are crazy about me. Sexiest guys you ever saw. I must be crazy. Why am I sending a shitless, a shiftless Why? $750?
$750? Hand me my gun. I'll shoot her now.
Did we do the, we forgot. There it is. We're back to the game. And pay attention here.
Question.
Pay attention.
Okay.
What's the oldest known vegetable in the world?
You are.
Good answer.
known to man.
Wrong. It's the P.
Then you're the runner-up.
You know, the kids today really are smarter than us. Why go to all the trouble of marriage when you can have a roommate? I think I'm going to start looking around on the bus tomorrow.
Entertainment. Okay. What group starred in the movie Rock Around the Clock?
Everybody all together.
Bill Haley and the Comets!
Gonna rock, rock, rock till broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. Oh, the game. Oh my God. Where were we? I know, I lost what I gotta.
Good old days.
I gotta fix that air conditioner. Oh. Do I remember? No. It's prayer time.
That's right.
Bow your head. God, give me one more night in the back seat of a T-bird.